Hello, good evening and a big welcome. Is Roy Jones, pound for pound, the best fighter in the world? Well, we hope to help you make a decision about that one as we bring you a portrait of Roy Jones, knocking out Art Sawano in 1992. Run right to the temple, look at that. Well, it's that kind of power and speed that suggests that Roy Jones is, of course, in the firing line for that prestigious title of world's best fighter pound for pound. Tonight we aim to bring you not only some of the clips from Roy's fights, also some personal background information, and of course scenes behind the scenes. Alton Murkison, the trainer, they're doing the bandages and Jones warming up. Apparently he's fairly typical for Roy Jones to have lots of friends around prior to a contest, and this one no exception. Jones, of course, the reigning IBF super middleweight champion, and recently took part in that farcical WBC interim light heavyweight title fight against Mike McCallum. And this is all, of course, designed to get Roy Jones psyched up into the right mental state. He's flash, he's sometimes brash, but he's a very good quality fighter.
So that I am the man, and so that I can do whatever it takes for me to win. That's why I'm pound for pound the best fighter in the world. No offense, Pernell, Oscar, all y'all good.
Is it
a bunch of good fighters.
So Jones there alluding to Oscar De La Hoya. Also other names to take into consideration: Ricardo Lopez, Evander Holyfield, Pernell Whitaker, Aint Quitting. Of course, being pound for pound regarded as the best fighter in the world is a hell of a moniker to live up to. And Jones has, on occasion, been a bit disappointing. Well, it's just to illustrate, of course, Roy Jones' popularity with the Pensacola crowd. Of course, he's from Pensacola in Florida, and you might want to cast your minds back to May of 1993, when in fact Jones fought Bernard Hopkins, the executioner, for the vacant IBF middleweight crown, and on that occasion went into the fight with a broken hand and fought almost one-handed. And it wasn't his most sparkly performance by any means, but he came out a winner. Roy Jones, of course, turned pro back in May of '89. Rob blind, of course, in the Seoul Olympics in 1988 in the final against Park Si-hun, the South Korean. And that may well, in fact, go down in Olympic history as the worst decision ever. Well, has he learned from Nassim Hamed, or has Hamed learned from Roy Jones? Of course, Hamed also considered by most British fight fans to be one of the best fighters in the world. And of course, after annexing the IBF middleweight crown, Jones became super middleweight champion in '94.
I'll fight anybody, I really don't care. I ain't afraid of nobody, I don't care. Right money I get married anybody, I ain't scared of nobody. And I'll try to beat anybody, and I think it ain't many people that I can't beat. It's one or two maybe, but it ain't many that I can't beat.
A voice of confidence. Of course, Roy Jones was actually talking about Mike Tyson at that time. Dearly wanted a fight with Tyson. Of course, that was prior to Tyson being exposed by Evander Holyfield. That's something I could never do, and I was always incredibly jealous of fighters who could. But then again, I've seen guys who were great on the speed ball who actually couldn't fight, so maybe I didn't lose too much after all. Because music these days is such a big part of a fighter's makeup in the gymnasium. Often, of course, you go into a gymnasium and the ghetto blaster in the corner is all pervasive, I'm afraid. But some people get off on that. Jones now unbeaten in 34 outings with 29 knockouts to his credit. And of course beat James Toney in 94 on points over 12 rounds.
He's a perfectionist overall, not just in boxing, but in everything that he does. When he comes through the door, you know, it's a time for work and it's time for play. He's all business. He's one of the only athletes that I've trained, and I've been training fighters since 1972, that when he comes through that door to train, he has total focus, no distractions. All he wants to know is what he has to do, and he pursues it after that. Very, very focused guy when it comes to even shadow boxing. If he works on a heavy bag, if he works on a speed bag, jump rope, or anything that he does, shadow box, anything that he does, he keeps an opponent in front of him. And that's something that's very unusual in any athlete, any boxer. Boxers usually on the floor, you know, take it easy, you know.
Roy Jones, of course, also a very big fan of basketball, and was actually player-coach on the Florida Beach Dogs, one of the Continental Basketball League members. And he actually got a place